I'm Pastor Henry Hildebrandt. I have something on my heart to share with you here today. I don't know really what to call it. It's not a message, it's not really a report in a sense, and yet it is both. But I want to talk to you about a very, very serious situation. It has to do with the country of Haiti. Now, Haiti is one of the two countries on the Hispaniola island. It shares the island with the Dominican Republic. Haiti is about the same size as Hawaii. Hawaii has about 1.4 million people. Haiti has right around 12 million people. It is the most populated country in the Caribbean. The official language of Haiti is French, although only about 5% of the people fluently speak that language. The common language there is Haitian Creole. Haiti once was, globally speaking, a leading sugar exporter. I understand that back in the day, Haiti would produce enough sugar to take care of Europe. Today, Haiti imports their sugar from other countries like Guatemala, Nicaragua, countries like that. Today, Haiti is the poorest country in Latin America and in the Caribbean, and one of the poorest countries in the world. What happened? The Haitian Revolution in 1791 changed everything. The Haitian people won independence from France and became the first country to be founded by former slaves. Haiti has many natural resources, including oil and natural gas. Recent findings suggest that Haiti might have some of the largest oil reserves in the world. How is this possible? That it has that, and yet it is the poorest nation. I've been to Haiti myself 6 times, and after I came back from Haiti the first time, it took me a while to recover, to come back home to Canada, and just to live like we live in the Western world, and to think that people that close to us are that poor. To add to the poverty in Haiti, in 2010 they had a terrible earthquake which killed between 150,000 to 200,000. Of course, we'll never know for sure how many it really was. And many countries, you'll recall, pledged large amounts of money and said, we'll send this. And well, maybe what happened is what we have recently seen as they're cleaning up the spending in the United States. One source said that only 2% of what was pledged actually ended up in Haiti. That would make a lot of sense. Now, the first time that I went to Haiti was in 2013. Let me give you a little bit of an introduction what happened. So the first time that I heard about Haiti, I knew Haiti was there. I had seen it on the map. Many people are even shocked to this day when you tell them where Haiti is, that it is that close to Cuba, it's that close to Miami, that, like I said, it's a flight less than 2 hours away from Miami. So I had received an email. A pastor from the Dominican Republic wrote me and said, would your church be interested in helping with a children's home in Haiti? That sounded very interesting to me. I had no connections. We had no connections with Haiti that I knew of, but it touched my heart. I thought that needs to be checked into. Well, I got a brother of mine. I told him, I said, let's go, let's check it out. So we contacted this pastor in the Dominican Republic, and we got ourselves some tickets, and we flew into Santo Domingo, I believe it was. And then from there, got ourselves some bus tickets. And with the pastor from the Dominican Republic, since he kind of knew his way around, we set out to go on the bus to the capital, Port-au-Prince, from Santo Domingo. What a drive. Everything looked pretty normal. Dominican Republic is a very touristy country. You've heard of Punta Cana and other places, so it's a well-known place. Looks fine. Even from the plane you could tell, looks nice and green. But it sure looked different looking at the Haiti side. Even from the plane you could tell. So anyway, we took that bus ride, and Once we got closer to the border, you could tell we are in a desert area here. And the pavement stopped. We ended up on a gravel road and slowly, through puddles of water, slowly approached the border of Haiti. Now, I understand they had recently had a lake that's close by that had flooded or something happened, and the border station was totally standing in water there, so they had to makeshift border there, and it was a disaster. And somebody walked into the bus and told us we need everybody's passport, and so we did. We gave them the passport. He walked out of the bus with his arms full of passports. And you just have this strange feeling, I trust that this will all be all right. But thankfully I wasn't there alone. Like I said, another brother was with me, and then this pastor from the Dominican Republic who seemed more at ease. And sure enough, after a while, they called us in and we got our permission to enter Haiti, and then we went for a drive. Slowly but surely made our way to the capital. And the agreement was that once we would get to the capital, we would meet our contact there that we had been in contact with about the children's home. And it all worked out. We finally, towards the late afternoon, we arrived at the capital, and there he was, our faithful contact. I should add at this point, 13 years later, still the same contact, still the same man. I cannot tell you of one thing where he has let me down, let us down, or has deceived us. A faithful man. This pastor from Haiti, from the Dominican Republic, told me way back then, he said, I'll tell you one thing about the Haitians. He said, once you have them, you have them. These are loyal people, very loyal people. And I have found the same to be that way. So we arrived there. Like I said, I believe it was the UN station there or something where we arrived, where we met our friend, and then we slowly crawled through the traffic, through the difficulties with the transportation there at the capital in Haiti, slowly made our way to the airport where we were going to rent a car, which took a couple of hours, but finally we managed, got everything set up, so we got our car, and then set out to go to the city where our friend, our contact, has the children's home. Now he is the second generation of running the children's home. His father has passed away since. He was the founder of that children's home. So we made our way over there, found something to eat yet before we got there, and then by the time we got to the children's home, it was dark. And he said, I'll take you. Well, I told him, he said, what do you want? You want to go, I guess he had found us a hotel, or what seemed like a hotel. He had found that for us to stay while we were there. He said, you want to go to your rooms or you want to go to them? No, I said, I want to go to the home. I want to go to home. I said, I want to see those children. And the experience can never be described. I can never describe to you what I felt. So we walked into the home, and there we had I don't know how many children he had in the home at that point, but they were spread out on the floor on little cots or sheets or whatever it was. They were laid out throughout the whole room there. And the room was a larger room, and there was also the room where they had their regular church services, and it was also their dining hall, and it was also their school room where they're schooling these children. And this was 3 years after the earthquake, so there was a high demand for him to take in children. He could hardly do it. Even while we were there, people would come and beg, can we drop off our children? And homeless children everywhere. And he said, I can't. And this was the whole reason why this pastor from the Dominican had contacted us, said, would you somehow be willing to financially step in and help these people? Which we did at that point. That was our beginning. And we spent a few days there with him. And then since I mean, I could say a lot, and we have tons of pictures that we took during that time. So then like I said, I've been to Haiti 6 times since, until COVID came around, and that basically stopped it. And then things have gone downhill from there rapidly for the country of Haiti. So the last time I was there, I believe, was 2017. That was my 6th time and the last time. By that time, we had found, and we were actively looking, we said, we've got to find a place, a couple of acres outside of town, outside of the city. We've got to find something and build them a home there where they can have proper bathrooms and where they can have a meeting place and where they can have schoolrooms. There's got to be a way to do this. Well, the Lord helped us. We found, I believe it was 5 acres just outside of the city, maybe 10, 15 kilometers outside of the city. Nice little acreage there. I believe it was 3 to 5 acres or something like that. And then in the meantime, I went back home, and I showed the people back home, showed them pictures and told them about what we've experienced. And on my next trip, during these 6 trips, a couple more went with me, and then a group went with me. And when we bought the land there, they saw it, what it was, and we were all happy about it. But then since 2017, like I said, things deteriorated bad. We had a container shipped over there. We had a little cement mixer in there, a little tractor in there, just whatever. So we started building the children's home there, a nice home. But since that time, none of us has been able to return. You might have heard, if you're familiar with the news of Haiti at all, you know that the gangs are presently overrunning the country. It seems like it's just out of control. Last year, a missionary couple from Missouri was murdered. So it is impossible at this time for us to go there. But my contact with this dear brother, with this man that runs the home there, we have had continual contact with him. So long story short, we had to leave it there like it is. It's half finished. Can't get back there. We need to empty out the container. We need some workers to go down there, but we're praying and hoping that someday we'll be able to go back. Just this week, another one that has worked there for here from our congregation has worked there for months, spoke to me, and he said, it would be nice if we could go back there to work there again. I've been in regular contact with our contact in Haiti, and we try to financially support him wherever we could, as much as we could. Mind you, there is so many places. We have a children's home in Nepal. We have dealing with children in Africa. We have another children's home in Baja California. So the cries are everywhere. Money, give us money, give us money. And not always is it possible to give as much as we would like to give. And the same thing with Haiti. I said, look, we are just not able at the moment. We're just not able to do in the last months. I told them, but we will not let you starve. We will not let you starve. I told my family, I said, not long ago, I said, I have a real problem. I have a real problem with us celebrating something here. I said, I just can't do it. I said, when I know that our brothers and sisters and our children in Haiti are starving, I said, it really bothers me. It really bothers me. I said, I just can't do it. I said, we're eating cake and ice cream, and we're eating beyond just what we need to eat, just unlimited, whenever we want to, however much we want to. And I don't fault anyone for having a good life. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you are blessed. But all I'm saying is, how can we do that when we know what the situation is over there? So our contact contacted me again recently, and he said, can you send me some? I said, I will. I said, I don't care what it takes. I said, if we can collectively do it, I said, I'll send of my own or whatever we need to do. But I said, you can count on me. I said, we will not let you down. We will not let you. And he has a difficulty there because he's a very soft-hearted man, tall, very tall, wonderful man of God. And he is soft-hearted, and he said, Pastor, there's more people that are begging to come in, but he said, I just can't. We just don't have enough money. I said, how many children do you have there now? And he said, during the day, we have 211 that we feed and that we school as well. But, and he said, and then some of them go back with their aunts and uncles or wherever, and most of these are homeless children. But then he said during the night, 44 of those children stay there because they have no place to stay. So he's trying to accommodate them there. So I was troubled. I told him, I said, we'll do what we can. And he said, Pastor, is there any way? He said, the situation is getting really bad here in Haiti. He said, please look at the news, and which I did to verify just to see where things are. And it's true that the gangs are overrunning the country. It says that the capital is 85% overrun by gangs. So he said, it's really, really bad. And we could be quick to say, well, just get out of there. Well, how do you get everybody out of there? There's 12 million people there. So anyway, he said, can you send some? He said, is there any possible way that you could send me $7,500 US? He said, that would give me enough. He said, cost me about $2,500 to buy food for the children. And I knew that's right, because I've been there, and we went, while we were there, we did the shopping with him and went to the store. He found the best, found a lady there that gave him the best price, and she can give him a better price if he can do it for 3 months. So I know that's true. I knew, I've been there. So I thought, what do? I was troubled throughout the day. I told my wife, I said, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. And I was in conversation with another brother, and because I have these, I speak four different languages. I speak English as good as I can, and my mother tongue is it's called Plattdeutsch. It's a Dutch. It's a German dialect closely related to the Dutch language, and then I speak Spanish as well. So those 4 languages, you can get a long ways with them, and that's what helped me out in this situation too. So for the last years, I have, on a regular basis, I send reports and little messages, just what's happening in the world, where we need prayer and so forth and so on. I send that to these Plattdeutsch groups. Another word for it is they call it the Low German language. So I've been sending reports there. And recently, I had told them a little bit about Haiti. I said, this is the situation. I said, please pray for that country. I said, it's just in dire, dire need. I had at that moment not really thought about that we actually maybe needed to do something collectively to see what can we do to help them out financially. And then somebody contacted me, actually a couple of people contacted me, and they said, Pastor Hildebrand, you described the situation in Haiti. Is there no way, like how can we help? And I thought back and forth, okay, so how do I do it? If one wants to give $25, one wants to give $50, one wants to give $1, every dollar counts. How do I do this? Like, I can't just have them like from all over the world. So I have people on those groups from Paraguay, Bolivia, different states in the United States, different provinces in Canada, from all over the place. How do we properly do this? And yet I knew if they're offering, if they're asking, we've got to do something. And then in the middle of this conversation with this brother, it dawned on me, GoFundMe. I've heard of GoFundMe, never had an account set up myself. I looked into it, maybe that could be done. And I decided to do that. I'm the type, I don't like it. I don't like to come across as I'm begging for money. I don't like that. But to face a reality and let someone know what the reality is, yes, it's my duty. So we set up the GoFundMe account mid-afternoon. And I said, this is the situation. I said, I know this man. I've known him for 12 years. And I said, if anyone, some of you have asked, if any of you want to help with this, here's the link for the GoFundMe. And I said, every single dollar that will come into this GoFundMe account will be going to Haiti. There's no middleman. I said, I will show you, well, they can see themselves what has come in. And I said, I'll show you the receipt once we get it at the other end. This was last week. This was just this last week, the weekend. And so that was mid-afternoon on Thursday, mid-afternoon, this last Thursday. By Friday morning, when I got up in the morning, I was excited. I want to go see. I thought, well, I saw in the evening, it looked promising to me. And I wrote my contact in Haiti. I said, guess what? I said, I can already guarantee you for 1 month, you'll be buying food for the children's home. And I said, I'll let you know how it goes. In the morning, I got up, and guess what? We were just approaching the amount, the $7,500 US, which unfortunately right now the Canadian dollar is so low. So in the morning, I saw we were 11 something. We were almost that we needed 11,250 to equal 7,500 US. And I sent a message out to the people that were giving the donations, and I told them, I said, guess what? we have reached it. And I said, we will close this GoFund account now. And while I'm doing that message, a couple more people had added some yet afterwards. So the total amount came to 12,000 Canadian dollars, which in turns is right around 8,000 US. And then, of course, there's a fee for the GoFundMe and the fee to wire the money. But anyway, that's where it was. And then I contacted my contact in Haiti, and I said, guess what? You can go ahead and buy food for 3 months. And I guess he must have just run out of his home and gone over there to this lady. It's still the same lady where he bought way back then, reminded me again how loyal these people are to each other. Anyway, the following day, before he even had the money in his hand, this shows you the trust that he had in me, and it shows you the trust that I have in him, and this shows you the trust that these people have that are in these groups that I'm speaking to, because most of them I don't even know, these people that donated. And some of them donated no small amounts either. So greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. Anyway, so he went right to that lady and he got his paper out, and the next day he sent me a detailed list of what he had bought, how many bags of flour, how many bags. Of course, it's all in French, but with my Spanish, I have no problem reading French or making out what it says. But when they speak it, I'm lost when they speak the French. Anyway, so I was overwhelmed. Now I want to tell you the last part, and I want to tell you the best part. I have not been the same since this. So I found a scripture in Genesis 11 verse 1. Genesis 11 verse 1 says, and this is just before, or this is the instance where they were building the Tower of Babel. It says, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And verse 6 it says, and the Lord said, behold, or look, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. These two verses have stuck with me. I've many times read them. I've preached on them. But this tells me that God himself gives these people witness and says, look, they have begun, and they had a bad project. This project was no good. They have begun to build this Tower of Babel, okay, which was a bad project, was against God. But the point I'm making here is while they were doing that, the reason they succeeded was they were of one language and of one speech. And God gives them the testimony, and he says, look, there's nothing that will hold these people back from doing what they're doing. And I had to think back of the GoFundMe account. Now, these people on the GoFundMe that donated, I think was something like 90 people or 100 around that. And like I said, some donated larger amounts, a lot of them $25, $10, $50. At that moment, when I sent that link out, the people that gave felt moved by God in their heart. This we cannot let go. I would be quick to say that not everybody that gave would agree with me totally how I believe the Bible, what I preach, how I preach it. Not everybody would believe. But here's the point. Will we wait to do anything in this world until we got that all sorted out, until we have all come to the unity of faith, which is what we are pursuing, which is what we want? But are we too religious? Do we have too many of our own problems? Do we have too many problems in our families? Or why are we not doing what we did here? What holds us back? Now, we could say this was a small amount. This was $12,000 in less than 24 hours. Here we were. Okay, let's add a zero to that. We actually would have no problem doing 120,000 in the same amount of time. I guarantee you, I've seen it. I've seen it where people did that. If we come together, the key here is together. What can we not do? What can we not do? We have this poor country there. It is overrun by gangs. And these people are starving, literally starving. And we live in abundance. We eat and drink and do whenever and whatever we want. What holds us back? My friend, My brothers and sisters, really, we're one big human family. What holds us back at this point? What project could we not tackle? What could we not do? If we can put our differences aside, if we can put our own mistakes aside, and we can face this world, this troubled world, and we can say, look, we're going to stand together and we're going to do this. I don't have a particular project in mind at this point, but my heart is moved about what just happened. Like I said, the people that gave for this project are not believing the same, have some differences, even doctrinal differences. But actually, we came together. You know what that is? You know what that is? That's what it means when it says the whole earth was of one language and one speech. That's what it means when we are coming together as one. That's what unity means. You know, I saw that at the trucking convoy in Ottawa when we were there for 3 weeks and we saw these trucks rolling in. I have never in my life seen humanity on a large scale like that come together. Never. There was nothing. Not one person got arrested. Nothing happened. I didn't see anybody selling food. It was given away here. And I realize we can't live like that for the rest of our life. But the point I'm making is we stood together. There was a coming together. The key is together. We have way too long been separated. We have way too long each lived in our own little corner. We must rise to the occasion. This world is in trouble. We're talking about Haiti today, but this whole world is in trouble. What holds you and me back from standing up and saying, you know what, we're going to stand together? And I want to be here today. I want to be a voice here today that says, you know what, let's rise up. Let's stand together. And let's not do what we did after the trucking convoy. After it was done, we all went our own ways. Let's not do that. Let's come together and stick together and work together and give together and preach together. In the meantime, we have experienced something beautiful. Now, you remember there was a man, a preacher, a wonderful man of God that translated for me on the back of the truck in Ottawa 3 Sundays in a row when I preached there. He is of Haitian descent. And since then, we have connected with his congregation in Montreal. We're now laboring together in the gospel, and it's amazing what we're experiencing. I'm not in Montreal. I don't speak French, but we labor together. The color of the person doesn't hold me back. The background doesn't hold me back. The location doesn't hold us back. What holds us back? We are actually one human family. Let's act like it, and let's rise to the occasion and be what we need to be in this our time that we were born for. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time.
D'accord. Mais maintenant, nous allons prendre position nous déjà et pour que nous capables de continuer. Nous finissons avec séance photo. Merci.